Good evening. So, here we are again. Probably, I don't know, 6 months since I made a video. I do apologise to those of you that subscribed to my channel and watched my content and made comments and said positive things. I met some good people, had some good conversations. Life's been crazy, as you all know, probably most of you, with family, kids, businesses to run, things going on. So yeah, I do apologise. So I just, had a bit of time, and I thought, let's just get a video out. I just felt in the mood. I'd sold a lot of stuff, and I had quite a lot of, metals out. And I was just going through things, and I thought, this is interesting. Maybe this information will help somebody, or it's just my kind of rant about the state of the kind of UK gold and bullion aftermarket, if you will. I don't know what it's like in the US. Probably similar things, but I just thought if I don't make a video now, I probably never will. While I'm getting rid of stuff. And so I'm just going to touch on a load of different things that have happened. There's so much to talk about with the gold prices. The silver price has been shit. I'm going to talk probably mostly about gold, but silver's obviously, been a bit of a problem for those of us that have, you could argue that, oh yeah, well, we've managed to buy in a bit now, and the prices are low, I'm stacking up. But I'm really sorry to say, I had sold so much silver again. Every time I've got about 200 ounces, I just keep selling it off, and now I'm probably down to about 60, 70 ounces, and I'll keep that. I'll come on to that in a minute. So what I want to talk about is just, first thing I want to talk about is selling your gold or silver. Really, they're kind of similar. Gold I'm more worried about because it costs a lot more for a lot of people per item, and they might have put money into it, and that is valuable amount of money to them. Buying a couple of 1 ounce silver coins, not such a big deal. Buying a couple of half a dozen sovereigns, a lot of money for some people. One sovereign's a lot of money. So I feel like I want to talk about my experiences, and maybe it's all my fault, but I'm just going to say it the way I see it and how it's been in the market recently in the last 6 months selling stuff. Now, why am I selling? I'm a stacker. Why am I selling my gold and silver? Why am I doing that? What's wrong with me? You're probably thinking, you are not a true stacker, really, am I? I am just a fraud. I'm a fake stacker. I did it when it was all nice, and the price was low, and as soon as it got a bit tough and the spot price went up, I just binned it off and did other shit. That's probably what a lot of people are thinking. And there is some truth in that. There is some truth in that. I don't like paying more for things than I think they're worth, but it's different with metals because it's not like buying a second-hand car now, where we all know they're 33% overvalued, or it's ridiculous since COVID, and they're still elevated now, and we know they should come down. Gold is set, the market sets the price, and that's the price. But I still found it very hard to invest and buy in gold when I was seeing it going up, 15, 20, 25% monthly, and I was essentially just getting the same thing. And I know it's a store of value, I know all that. I'm not buying it to make a yield or really a profit on. I just got to accept that's part of the journey of being a stacker. But I just found that very hard to deal with psychologically, and it annoyed me a lot, especially as I knew, what I found frustrating is that I knew that when I was going to be buying this, that I could full well log back in a week, and it would be a lot cheaper than it had been before, more like 2 or 3 weeks. And I've just literally gone and overpaid for something to try and stick to this religious kind of I say cult stacking thing that I kind of told myself I had to do. So anyway, going back on topic, selling the gold, silver, I just thought, I did tell myself, I'm just going to sneeze, excuse me, I told myself that the early gold I invested in back in 2015, 2016 when I started doing this, when we got up, around £800 an ounce, it will take, and it got to 1640 or whatever it did the other day, 1670 a month that. And I thought, I really should take some. This is okay here. You have invested your money, in gold. You have kept it going. You could have spent it on other shit. You've made a good decision. It turns out, it seems, what you bought 5 years ago has gone up in value, and you should be rewarded. You should be rewarded and sell some. Why are you going to keep it? Because the only reason is probably because I think it's going to go to 2600 and then 3600. And I thought, well, let's keep it. I'll just wait a bit longer. Then it goes back under. It went down to like late 1400s, and I was like, oh, here we go again. Is this going to go all the way back down to like 1200 or something like that? It doesn't. And the time of making this video is about 1640, something like that. High. So a couple of weeks ago, I decided to sell everything that's here. It's been sold. This video is. So that's why I thought, we're getting it out, let's sell it, let's make a video, and let's actually enjoy the reap what I have sown. Yeah, I have sown. I've taken my hard-earned money that I've swapped time for and invested it in these bits of metal that other people attribute a value to, and I'm just going to sell the whole lot. Now this, for example, didn't do so well because I only bought it a while back. But some of this other stuff is great, £1,400 for a buffalo, stuff like that. When you sell that for 1,600, thank you very much. We've got our money back. We've made a profit. Problem is now, if I want to go and buy one, I've got to go and spend £1,650 on it. Do you see the problem? This is where we're going. So it's only a problem if you want to go and buy it again. I've got the cash. I'm happy. I've got cash, and I'm going to get really slated for saying this probably, but there is absolutely no doubt in my mind whatsoever that cash is the most liquid. It is just, gold, precious metals, they don't come near. When shit hits the fan and people need something and they want something, they don't turn to gold. They don't go, oh, I must get my 2 ounce Queen's Beast out. They need cash. Nearly 99 times out of 100, depending on the situation. Cash is king. And it's bloody cliche. I'm telling you, it's cash. This is liquid, this stuff, but it's nothing compared to cash. Sadly, ironically, fiat currency is constantly devalued with inflation, and I know all that. I'm just saying, when it comes to just basic necessities, desperation, you need money to pay for something, medical bill, house repair, car repair, it's cash. That is what the person wants. You walk up to and go, yeah, can you fix my broken boiler and pay my medical bill? It's not going to do it with a 1 ounce gold coin. So I took the position that I had quite a fair bit of gold, and it's gone up in value, and I want to liquidate some of it and turn that into cash and put it to one side, and that's where we are with this video. And I'm telling you, I'm very happy that I've done that, because I've still got some gold, I've still got some silver, everything I invested I've got back, I've made a bit of money on top, I've enjoyed the process, and I will carry on stacking. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of ironic that when you sell a load of gold, one of the first things that comes into my head when you have some cash is when you look at some eBay listing or Facebook group or something on a bullion site. Oh, that's quite nice. Or Royal Mint. I wouldn't mind that. You stupid moron. You just liquidated it. It potentially is near the all-time high, and you want to go spending your profits, shall we say, on that. Probably not the smartest thing, unless it was something really, really special. So now I've got that out of the way, I want to talk about how I found it so difficult to actually sell some of my gold, especially my smaller gold. Because what I've realised is that actually you can't, the quickest way to sell it, without a shadow of a doubt, if you just want to offload it immediately, is to go to a dealer. You just take all this in, just take it all in. It's not my cup of tea there. Say, here we are, this is my gold, what are you going to give me? Now they're not going to give you spot price. Okay, so let's just say gold is $16.50 an ounce GBP today. Alright? They're not going to give you that. Okay? Unless you've got something incredible in your selection, like some items that are just so rare and amazing, you might get that. But I'm just talking about a general bullion stat. You are going to be lucky if you get, like, say, 5% under spot, because these people have got to take into account the price can change, they've got to hold it, they've got to have to store it, they've then got to, there's other expenses, they've got to make some profit on it, yeah? So, one thing I realised, if you want to liquidate it quickly, you're probably best off going in person and just doing, and just seeing them and saying, this is what I've got, what will you give me? But don't expect, you may even get 10% under, I mean, you might get murdered. You know, I don't know how much you know about the items of gold you've got. You may have inherited them, you may know a lot, but the chances are you aren't going to get a great price. But so that may wipe out any potential gains that you did make, or maybe it means you break even. But that doesn't matter, because we've just said that cash is liquid, and you're in the situation where you need to sell. Now, the other situation, the other way you can sell. If you can sell like something like eBay and sell it online, or you can sell it on like these Facebook groups. Now in the UK we have these Facebook groups, and it's clear to me that there must be similar groups, global groups in America. But you know, I think people in the UK generally want to be on the UK related bullion groups, because you know, they're going to feel more comfortable doing that. Now, what I've found is that everybody wants an amazing deal. Everybody wants to be a dealer. Everybody wants to pay, not spot. I want to give you less than spot again. And what's incredible is that a lot of these people are just retail investors, I think, on these sites, really. They think they're trying to be like a dealer, but they're not. And they go and look on well-known bullions. They're just moronic, because you've got somebody selling, let's say this a 3 gram, 3 gram 1/10 of an ounce coin. All right, let's say spot price £52 an ounce. Yeah. What's happening? Say I put this up. I put this up for 156. Yeah. Right, you go and look on a well-known bullion site, you're never going to find a 1/10 gold coin for £156. Not a chance. Not a chance, yeah? It's going to be 175, 180, yeah? And yet, you post that on some groups, on a Facebook group, you could get people offering you like 140 and stuff like this. They could be dealers, I get all that. But the people that are not dealers, are retail people, are trying to be like, I'll play like I'm a big dealer and offer you peanuts. It's just stupid. So I just gave up selling to those sort of people in the end. They can go and go back to the well-known bullion sites and pay 30% over spot, rather than give me spot. Yeah, I want spot. I think spot selling peer-to-peer is perfectly acceptable. Spot plus 1% plus 2% is, I think, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, if you want a quick sale, yeah, by all means, just chuck your gold up there and put up like 5% under spot. Then you might as well go and see a dealer in person and just fire sale the whole lot. So the other thing you've got, even if you get a buyer, if you've got somebody who's interested, you've got to go through this stupid, nauseating palaver where somebody like me, who just wants to sell, I just want to sell the coin, I got no axe to grind, I just want to sell it. I'm not a scammer, I just want it out the door. Oh, can you vouch for me? Have you? Oh, I need some people to say that you're a scammer, or you could be a scammer. You could send it to me first and then I'll pay you afterwards. No, I don't think so. So it like makes me it's so cringe, these Facebook groups, because what you've got is you've got a group of people, hardcore dealers, know the score. They want to pay as little as possible for your gold or silver, and they will murder you and they'll just bin it and go to the next thing. They're not bothered, really. I think they're just there. If they can get, like I said, if they can offer you, chuck out 140 quid for a 1/10 coin, and you go, yeah, and get a bite, they don't care. They're not going to give you spot for it. And we all know that that's fine. That they're in business. They're business people. But these cheeky little retailers sort of coming into the groups, and what they want to do is try and be like that, and get all funny and shitty when you can't be asked to get vouchers and do the transaction the way they want to do it. So I got kind of bored of that, and then we got eBay. So in the end, I found that sadly, I got the best price, much better price for my items on eBay. The sad part of that is you get murdered with the eBay fees. You're just losing 13% straight away. So what's kind of ironic is you're getting a much better price. The people are bidding. The community are happier. Seems to, if you've got some credibility, to pay you nearer the price you want to get. But when all's said and done, you've got to chop off 13%. And then another couple of percent for the postage and all the rest of it possibly. So you're down 15%. So I was finding that in the end, it was on average still working out better for me on eBay just. And I preferred the fact that I found that once you sell some items and you've got a bit of credibility, some people will come back and buy more, then everything will be better. And there will be less issues. So my advice is that if you can sell it to people that you know are going to be okay on these Facebook groups and not going to mess you around, then that's fine. Be careful you don't get scammed, obviously. I would never in a million years send any item before you have received payment, no matter what. You would be so moronic to send anything in the post to somebody without getting the funds first. So yeah, that is my recommendation. Really is either you just go to a dealer and take it on the chin, or you take the time to try and present it nice and sell it on eBay. Sadly, I hate to say this, that sometimes you will get a really good price for something that is not too far off, ironically, what somebody could go and buy it new for on a well-known bullion site. And the reason for that is that some of the people that come onto eBay who are trying to get into the gold and silver hype, with spots high or whatever, they actually don't know any better, and they just want to own, they've been, you must have a 2017 quarter ounce Britannia. They've read something on a YouTube channel or Facebook group, so they're just going to go and buy it and they're just going to pay it. They don't care. And sometimes you just get a really good price, and you're like, oh my god, I just can't believe this. This is nearly practically what it would be if they went and bought it new, from a bullion site. So that is one good thing that does tend to happen. So yeah, and I think the other thing I want to talk about as well is some of the things I've bought in the past. So it's going to upset a lot of people, but I just have to get it off my chest, right? I just hope it saves some money. These people here are responsible for wasting a lot of people's time. It's almost a scam, yeah? This is just an example. This piece of absolute crap, investing I mean, the Royal Mint just pumps out non-stop, total. I say shite. Why am I saying? It's just designed. All these, especially silver, the silver bullion that I bought in the past, I thought was numismatic. I beg you, if you are new to this, to not invest in stuff like this with huge 70-80% premiums on it. It's just a lump of silver. The spot in the end, when you come to sell this, when the price is going down, you need to liquidate it for the cash. These buggers, they're not going to give a shit that it was the Brexit coin and only 6,432 were minted. They're going to look at the spot price of silver, and if you're lucky, you might get spot, or you might get 5% under. So my advice to you is to stop buying into the hype of Royal Mint scam coins that basically are like 300% premium, so-called limited edition. I'm not disputing that there are some pieces that are really nice, top-end, beautiful pieces, a few, yeah, but you aren't going to get near that. Just stop buying into the hype and this shit, this Geiger, or I just see these random silver company makes, and then it's like a YouTube channel, well-known YouTuber stackers. Yes, funny old thing, they're always talking about these certain these European companies making silver, certain ingots or rounds that are so wonderful you must get them. It's bullshit. It's just a lump of silver, yeah? It's a lump of silver. At the end of the day, when you come to sell it, which probably is the end game, you just paid 300% more for a lump of silver nobody gives a shit about, yeah? Stop putting your personal tastes in front of what it is, the actual. You're not looking at the asset properly. This is the only silver I buy now, something like this. In fact, 10-ounce block from a reputable mint. No bullshit, it's just 10 ounces of silver. That is it, yeah? Stuff like this, fine. This has got a bit of hold to it. It came out. I don't think the Royal Mint really realised how much the Queen's Beasts would kick up. You know how much of a great series it would be. And these have got a good premium on them, desirable, decent. This is like the only type of things I'd buy. I would not buy any kind of wrapped up, boxed thing that's so, especially not proofs. That's what I keep meaning to say. Just stay away from proof silver. Don't pay 300%. I see people selling this slabbed shit. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about it. You've just bought into the hype and copied everyone, got it slabbed and spent all that money on it. It's just a lump of silver that weighs 10 ounces. You might get a tiny little bump on it, but you aren't going to get, you're not going to get it back. I can see people are not getting it back because I look on the groups and I look on eBay, there's no bids. Nobody is interested. Nobody is interested. The only people that have laughed out of this are the Royal Mint. They are laughing. And these other European mints that are banging out this shit. Putting in a nice little box with your COA so I can show it to my grandson in 27 years' time how I wasted your inheritance. That is what it's about. Sorry, I was going on a rant there. Okay? So that's just so we know, we're clear, if I make myself clear enough. I'm so done with buying silver, basically. The only time I buy silver now is if I see something like this somewhere that's at a really stupid price, like a little bit over spot, a couple of percent, and stuff like this, which is at a decent price. Now, just one caveat to that. If you collect silver coins, if you collect coins and you like collecting a series like this, and you needed this coin for your series, and it's whatever it is, it's £80 old, you needed the Brexit coin. You must have the Brexit coin for your series, and you want to pay 100 quid for it, or 70 quid for half an ounce of silver. Fine, I get that. That is totally fine. You are collecting coins and taking joy from what numismatic hobby brings you. That is fine, and that is your money and your time. Do it. But as an investment, really, I don't think so. So, yeah, I'm going to end this video. because I'm getting right on a rant now. I think it's just been really, it's been quite. I just, yeah, I'm not trying to put people off. Stacking is good. I could have spent this money instead of on this on so much more shit, and it really does add up over the years. It's really nice, and you hold it, and you think, yeah. But it is a little bit harder to shift it than you think if you want to get the best price. If you don't care about the price at the time because you've held onto it so long, the spot is so high that you don't care that you're going to get given 10% under it by a dealer, that's all fine. I think in my situation, I've held it quite a long time, and you might be in the same. You've had a year, a couple of years, and it's gone up. It's gonna be touch and go whether you maybe get the exact price you want, and that's fine because it's still been a store of value. It's still kept. It's still maintained. It's still you have wealth. Yeah, I think I mean, just to touch on a few other things, like as a middle-aged man, it's hard. Sometimes I think, I've got money tied up in gold and silver. I need to have a midlife car. I'm having a midlife crisis. I need to buy a sports car, or I need a bigger house. I need a better set of golf clubs. This is like, I'm just looking at this and thinking, it's not doing it for me anymore. And that's sad. I think that's a bit sad. It's not why I sold my gold silver, but kind of very tempting, because you store it all away, lock it all away, and you don't really see it. I can see why some buy jewellery, like sovereign rings and all the rest of it, but that's not really me. But do you see what I mean? It's a hard hobby. I think this is a hard. If it's a hobby, I don't know if it's insulting to say a hobby. It's a good hobby, but also is a serious financial investment decision that you're making with your monthly paycheck. So my feeling is to carry on buying and stacking, but just be aware. It's very good. I like to sell a bit of my stack. I've always sold bits of my stack over the years. I like to feel the process and see what the market's doing. Just chuck a bit out there, see if you get a bite. It just keeps you kind of, But had to let a lot go, and hopefully, I am sad about the fact that I'm not going to have this anymore. It's very weird actually, because it almost becomes. I think that's a kind of slightly dangerous thing. You become very sentimental, some of the items, and I think the more bullion I have, the less sentimental I am about it. If you can get a good price. The trouble with some of the nice pieces, I liked my Queen's piece 2 ounce coin. I liked the design. I did get into this partly because I liked coins as well. I still do, but so it's just something to be aware of, getting too sentimentally attached to an item. And if you've got a chance to turn it for a good profit, then you probably ought to think about that. And something like this is just an idiotic purchase, and you have to, I can't believe that nobody else is gonna, you're gonna make bad purchases and bad decisions. I don't think it's about if you overpay a bit for a gold coin. At the end of the day, you've still got a nice bit of gold, and lots of people see value in that. And just talking like a bullion coin, Let's say I paid £200 for this coin right now, which is too much. I paid, say, £25 too much. I've still got a gold coin. It'll still be fine, probably in 5 years' time. It's a nice bit of gold, and somebody always want to buy it. But when I paid £200 for, say, something like this, or whatever it was, the rest of the world doesn't agree with me. There might be one other person, if I'm lucky, that might want it to pay £200 for it. You see what I mean? It's not got the intrinsic value that we're led to believe it has with these collector sets. Yeah. So I want you to be, anybody who's new, to really think long and hard about buying collector sets, churned out and sold from forums and eBay, that this is the best thing since sliced bread, is going to go up in value, blah blah blah. Yeah, why are you selling it? Yeah, do your research, look at it carefully. And that's it really. So I am going now. I am going to walk into town and get a haircut, and then I'm going to get myself a nice coffee. See you soon.